Today I'm looking at the Blokees Sasuke Uchiha. Here's a look at the packaging. And it comes with a few things we need to build, so let's get to that. So the actual building process itself I feel like was pretty easy for me. Considering this is my first model kit and I finished it in under an hour, I feel like people with experience building model kits will probably get it done pretty easily. Because it was relatively self-explanatory. The only part that I was kind of confused about was some of the instruction, but after I learned how to read it, which took me 5 minutes, it was pretty easy from there. But originally I thought it was going to be more linear than it was, but how it's structured is you build one part of the thing, and then you move to another part and build that, and then at the end you put all the parts together, and that's how the figure's made, which I think is better for the articulation instead of doing it in a linear way. But I also don't know. Like I said, this is my first model kit. It being my first model kit, I think it was pretty easy though. So you won't have much trouble. Just pay attention to the directions that the pieces are supposed to go and what it tells you on the instructions, and you should be good. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the rest of this time lapse. I feel like for a $20 figure, this comes with a pretty nice spread of accessories. Starting off with the faces, we have a neutral face, and then we have a Mangekyo Sharingan face, and then we have a Sharingan and a Rinnegan face, or the Sharingan. And then for hands, we have a pair of fist hands, and then we have a pair of jutsu hands, and then we have a pair of open palm hands, and then we have a pair of sword holding hands, which are for his sword, and the lightning sword, which I think is quite awesome that they included for a $20 figure. It also comes with this extra hand with a peg in it, which I couldn't find anything to use that for on the Sasuke figure. I tried plugging in the Chidori with it, didn't work. So it could be for another Blokees figure like the Naruto for his Rasengan or something, but I'm not quite sure. And then he comes with this awesome Chidori effect, which plugs right into his hand peg, which is quite nice, especially for stop motion because you can just rotate it and it looks like the Chidori is flowing energy. So that's quite nice. Moving on to articulation. Okay, getting into the articulation, his head is on a single peg, right? So you can't get too much movement out of it. It looks down a good bit, but it doesn't really look up at all, which that's because of his hair in the back here. But if you disassemble this, if you take this piece off right here, it's kind of difficult too. If you take that piece off right there, his face back on, so the back of the hair is not there, but you can get him to look up some, just a little bit, but obviously it doesn't look the best. And that's a part of my gripe about this figure, why I didn't animate this bit. Anyways, I'll go over the articulation of his first half first. Hold on, let me place this part back on. Alright, so his arms go up about that much, which is pretty good range. Alright, and then we get a swivel at the arm joint, no bicep swivel, and they can do a full 360 around. Okay, good butterfly joints, which kind of surprised me when I first saw it. Let's see, can they go back? See how far they go back. Yeah, see, you don't want to push it too much. See, this is where one of my main complaints about the figure comes in. It is a model kit, so obviously it's not gonna be the most structurally sound figure. Maybe I didn't build it properly. I'm pretty sure I did. But maybe I put one part in the wrong place, or, you know, not entirely sure about that, but it does have a chance of falling apart. All right, so that's back together. Let's look at this ab crunch. Yeah, but the butterfly joints are good going forward, not good going back. Are we seeing this? The connection of these pieces right here is my biggest gripe about this figure. That's why it's difficult to animate with. I want to make sure that goes in. Alright. Diaphragm. He can crunch forward about... Wait, put his arms up a little bit more. Crunch forward about that much. Not too bad. Crunch back a little bit better. No waist articulation. And that's because of this. If this wasn't here, then there would be waist articulation. On this right here, it can move all around 360. Right? So, above the waist, beautiful. Love the articulation. It's really good for a model kit. I don't have the SH Figure Arts Sasuke, so I don't really have that to compare it to. But I think it's good for what it is. This below the waist speaks for itself, honestly. I barely moved it and that fell apart. This is the problem, like, the soft plastic is good, but the structural integrity of the waist joint and like the leg pieces, like, look. Move it up, splits in half, right? And it's, you know, it's not a bad joint, it's fine. But this, how they did this right here, let me move this leg closer. How they did this right here, it's just, the connection is not great at all. And this one especially keeps popping off for me. And then I'll get it in there, and then you try to move it up, it just pops off. So, and I understand it's because it's a model kit. It's not going to have the most structure in the world, which is fine. But obviously I make stop motions, so it's a bit more difficult. This is the kind of figure that, like, if you're going to animate with him, you're going to want to keep it above the waist. Like, there's not going to be a good amount of leg articulation. The leg articulation is not bad. You can move it up a decent bit. It's just, when you do, it falls apart. If it wouldn't fall apart, I'm not even going to try to put it together for this. Look. If it doesn't fall apart, it has drop down hips, right? So if you drop it down, kick it forward, it kicks forward about that much, right? And using the drop down, it doesn't really kick back at all because they sculpted his butt. This is the most disappointing part of the figure. Maybe it's because I did it wrong. I'm not sure, but this leg just doesn't want to stay. Even without moving this leg, it doesn't really want to stay. This part, the knees, nice. Is that double jointed? I don't think so. Doesn't really look like it. But I think it is. There's a joint right there, yeah. Double jointed knees. Not the greatest range of motion, but for a model kit, it's pretty good. Ankles, up and down movement. Good little ankle rocker. It's pretty nice. Goes side to side good. And then there's a toe joint. So yeah, good articulation. Just not the best when it comes to... See, if it was like this, it would have waist swivel. It's not the best when it comes to structure, because these legs fall off way too often. And this soft plastic, while it's good, I wish they would have made a cut right here, because if they did that, that would have made it way easier to move the legs up and down, but barely moved it. You see? Good articulation, though. For a $20 figure, I'm not complaining. It's pretty good. So I skipped out on this part. Wrist articulation, pretty good. Up and down. It can go all around. and then it has a swivel. So, good wrist articulation. Pretty much like SH Figure Arts, although the peg right here is bigger, so I feel like it's like better in quality. And then right here at the thigh cut, there is a thigh swivel. So yeah, the articulation is not bad for what the figure is. Just got some complaints. Now for some size comparisons. Here we have him standing next to the SH Figure Arts Kakashi Hatake, the SH Figure Arts Legendary Super Saiyan Son Goku, the Marvel Legends Underpants Deadpool, and the McFarlane All Might. So I think he scales pretty well. I mean, obviously Kakashi's taller, and I'm not entirely sure how tall the SH Figure Arts Sasuke is, but I've seen reviews on it and people say he's a little bit too tall. But I don't think this is that bad. Maybe he should be a little bit taller because it's him in his teen form. But it's not bad. And then compared to Goku, that's fine. And then bringing this over here, your average Marvel Legends figure, this is how tall he is compared to him. So it's a pretty short figure, honestly. But I don't think it's bad, especially when scaling with the SH Figure Arts Naruto figures, or at least the one I have of Kakashi. And then lastly, here's him next to the McFarlane All Might, which obviously is a bit bigger, but just a little comparison. My final thoughts about the figure. $20, it's pretty good. You get some pretty good bang for your buck. Lots of accessories going on. I love this Chidori effect. I might use this in this upcoming stop motion that I'm doing, which it's pretty good, guys. Probably my longest stop motion yet. Good Chidori effect. I like that they included this Chidori on a sword. That's quite nice. Some extra pegs, good selection of hands. Faces are nice. I wish they would have included a yelling, screaming face or a teeth gritted face. Aside from that, I still like what they did with it. The eyes are very vibrant and they pop, especially the Renegon. Let me bring this light closer. I think that looks really good. Like I said earlier, I can't compare it to the SH Figure Arts because I don't have that figure. But it is a pretty good for what it is. Now for stop motion, that might be a different story considering the leg situation. But if you're just going to pose them up, I think it's a good figure to get. I think it's worth it. $20, not that bad. Doesn't take that long to build either. Pretty simple. Only took me like 53 minutes or something. So, should you guys cop this figure? I think so. I think it's pretty good. If you have the money for the SH Figure Arts, maybe get that instead, but it all comes down to personal preference. Although that new SH Figure Arts Sasuke that just came out, pretty good looking. But I'm on a budget, so for a budget, this is pretty good. For stop motion, maybe not the best. Maybe hold off and get the SH Figure Arts, which in the future, if I can get that, definitely will pick it up. But for right now, this is great. If you guys want to pick this up, $20 at any, I mean, maybe not any, but hobby shops near you. Yeah, pretty good figure. You guys should get it.